My name is Ken. I'm 54 years old and I live in Austin in the great state of Texas. Around 14 years ago, I was playing in a park and hanging from a bar, and I fell off. The only way to put it is I broke my neck and I have a spinal cord injury. I am now an incomplete quad, which means I have some use of all four of my limbs, but they don't work very well. I can walk short distances, but I actually have to think about left foot, right foot, and my legs feel like they're filled with sand. I have terrible balance. A wheelchair seemed like a good alternative. But since my hands don't work very well either, I found that I really couldn't wheel myself anywhere, except perhaps on a flat surface and a very short distance. So to go anywhere, my wife had to push me around in the wheelchair, which I hated, and I'm pretty sure she didn't like it very much either. So one day, I took my wheelchair in for repair, and I happened to see another wheelchair user who had Wijits, and he allowed me to try his chair, and that was the first time that I was able to move around easily and freely since I had my accident. It was very liberating. Now, I don't feel like I have barriers anymore to mobility. I go where I want, and I don't worry about how far it is to go. In fact, not only is my wheelchair my best method for mobility, but it's become my favorite exercise. If you know what a mall walker is, I do that in my wheelchair. At our local mall, one lap around inside is a half a mile. I go there 2 or 3 times every week and do 8 laps. That is 4 miles, and it never ceases to amaze me that I can go 4 miles in my chair with my Wijits. Before, I wouldn't have considered attempting any part of a lap. I couldn't do it in a wheelchair or on my feet. But now I can go that far, and I can outpace anybody in the mall. My wife, Luann, says that ever since I put Wijits on my wheelchair, it's become my favorite toy. And she is absolutely right. I can't go for a walk, but I can zip around in my wheelchair. So I have my mobility back, and to me, it is great fun besides. Now, I also had gained a lot of weight, and my Wijits have given me a way to get some exercise, which I think is fun. So I started eating more sensibly, and with my Wijit chair as exercise, I've lost 45 pounds doing laps at the mall and just generally getting around with my Wijits. So to me, the choices were a chair with Wijits or a power chair. But a power chair comes with other problems, such as needing a van, keeping it charged, and I didn't want to deal with all that. Besides, I actually think the Wijits are cool, and I enjoy using my chair. So my Wijits have made me completely independent again, and here's the really interesting thing. A day does not go by that someone doesn't ask me about my chair, really, and about my Wijits. Even when I'm with other wheelchair users, my Wijits always seem to become the topic of conversation. I get so many questions about it that I've started carrying brochures to hand out when people ask me about them. So Wijits have become, a great thing for me, and I can only hope that handing out brochures and talking with them about people, spreading the word, will help someone else to have greater mobility.